Hello friend, this is Big Benedict. Make sure you parry that heavy's attack right there, the guy in the red body armor. We're playing Batman Arkham City on New Game Plus difficulty, and we're on part 20 of the guide. I believe there will be, let me see, 21, 22, there's going to be 23 parts total. The 23rd will be the epilogue with Selina Kyle, aka Batman, Batman. I'm really starting this commentary out swimmingly, aren't I? Catwoman. She is Catwoman. She is not fucking Batman. Anyway, I'm sorry about all the profanity. It's very hot. It's the apex of summer. I'm drinking a lot of Gatorade, and I'm realizing that I'm not pissing out everything, and the reason is because I'm sweating profusely. And actually, it's not Gatorade, it's Powerade. I much prefer the taste of Powerade to Gatorade. And it's refilling me, and it's replacing all the electrolytes I am losing via sweating. So, it just makes me feel like a sweaty pig hog. But when I get refreshed, I feel less like a hog's fucking pig. So, all profanity aside, we have very serious business to attend to on this chapter. We've got some platforming hell to deal with, and we've got a stealth section that may give you a run for your money. And I hate this part. I died more on the stealth. I just feel like crying. I died less on the stealth section than I did on the platforming. And I think I had to put an edit over here. No? Did I? When there's a red square like that, it means it's pretty high impact. I was gonna say high impact. Like that makes any goddamn fucking sense. So you need to grapple up there, and Batman, when you do that jump, sometimes they'll jump clear off the building. So just jump one time and let him just hang there, and jump up to here. Like I really jumped right there. I used the grappling hook, and that took me about 20 minutes to figure out, and it was really irritating. And I think this is where I had to put an edit because it was just taking too long. So I apologize for, I could start this commentaries over, and maybe it will lack the charm though. So the bad thing is that the checkpoint they put over here, but I have a really good way to cut off these enemies for you, and this is essentially the final boss of the game. You've got a final stealth section, and then you've got Clayface, but he's really easy, although I noticed that there were no checkpoints over there. So I'm going to do a great takedown on this guy. And was that silent? It must have been. So I don't think this runs too long, but what you can do is you can swing on these gargoyles and go all over the place. What you want to do, though, is take care of all the enemies that aren't heavies, because the ones that are heavies will need to be taken out via, like if you run into a heavy and he's conveniently placed under a gargoyle, you can then do an inverted takedown. If you're conveniently finding yourself in a grating and you see a heavy walking over you, you can do a great takedown. Just be aware that if there's any enemies nearby the grate, they will shoot. They'll just start shooting into the grating. So when I first played this, like when this game came out, I had a hellish time trying to do this, and it does get progressively easier if you study things and if you realize where the routes are that you can take. And also, you may notice Hugo Strange in the middle of this area. So it's not enough that you're sneaking up on enemies. If you're sneaking up on enemies and he sees you, he's going to alert the people that you're sneaking up on. So at all times you have to make sure that, you have to make sure in which direction Hugo is facing so that you can plan accordingly. And it isn't too bad. I mean, you have two uses of the disruptor. I don't know if you can upgrade it to have more uses of it. It seems like the thing you would be able to do. But even if I was playing this game, and not doing like no upgrade run, I still really wouldn't bother with the upgrades too much. Not much anyway. So anytime you get detected, you want to be swooping on these gargoyles. The enemies cannot hit you from up here. And let's see. So we've got a couple of heavies left. We've got one guy that's not a heavy. I very don't go shoot up people's houses, Bick. Don't go crazy. I get really mad when like I'm sitting down to do a commentary and like every possible thing goes wrong when I'm trying to speak and sound like I'm not some fucking moron. So at least this isn't the final video, so I'll be able to hopefully like when you're doing a commentary and you don't know what word to say, like what do? That's the thing you have to think about when you're doing a channel. You have to just go in another direction. And it's not easy to do these commentaries, trust me. Like, this is the boring part of the channel. The fun part is playing the actual game. So, when these heavies approach that body, just make sure you back off and get into the recesses of the grating over here. And when you burst out of a vent, it doesn't make any noise, although, well, I should say it does make noise, like in-game noise. What was I doing there? I think I was trying to use the disruptor and I used the remote electrical charge. So, at least I was able to save myself. And what I have in store for everybody is, what do I have? I'll have the epilogue with Catwoman, and I'll have Harley Quinn's Revenge, and I'm trying my damnedest to do it no damage for you guys, because much to my disappointment, I learned that not only are there no difficulty options for Harley Quinn's Revenge, there's no New Game Plus, which would make it even harder. There's nothing. There's just a standard default difficulty, which I guess is just normal. And it's really irritating too, because Kevin Conroy is not the Batman, and it sounds horrible, really horrible. So with two guys left, you can just use this. Sometimes even after you've disarmed enemies with this disruptor, if they pick up a gun, they can then become a high target threat again. Take care.